you haven't been on the site, because I know we weren't posting, and as you know, this was just a blog with family. Um, the silly things that we did in the house, it evolved into something else, and our mission and purpose is to always stay positive and to share. So with that, uh, and if you did catch some of the blogs or show, conversations, you know that our scheduling wasn't permitting for certain things. It was a lot, but I had a purpose. They had a purpose in the beginning, and I didn't want them to just feel like, because kids go through, and I've always been that person, and if you try something you don't like it, you move on. But I want them to kind of see uh, the results of being persistent and investing into what they have or what they're doing. And I was very indulged in a lot of things that I wanted to do, which can be a positive and a negative. So I want them to see both sides of it. If you don't like something, let it go. And if you press on, what can come out of it. So with that, we changed some things, and it is no longer the Grice Combos. Welcome to the Grice Corner. On YouTube, as where you're probably watching this, or Facebook. Family still oriented show. We speak to all age groups or whatever is the topic at hand. There will be a lot of different things, but this will be no format. If you go to the Rice Combos, you will see that that channel, because it is a channel, completely shut down. Leave all the things that went with that with there. So it's done. And welcome to the Rice Corner. Uh, that was the name change, and this blog will be up whenever. There's no set time and date. That was part of the problem before. I can tell you to subscribe. You can comment, like, or subscribe on YouTube. You can always look us up on the Grice Corner on Facebook. We are also on Twitter at the Grice Corner. And that way, you're bored, you're doing your overnight shift, you have a moment when your little one is down, you're in your bathtub relaxing and you want some comedy, or you just, you want to be inspired, or you need a positive message, or you want to see what is possibly going on in some current events or things like that, we're the place to be. So stay in the corner with us. Um, that was the name change on the blog, and we are, that's me grinding, I'm grinding gears, right? We're shifting gears. It's best sometimes to redirect. When things aren't necessarily going in the direction that you thought they would go in, you change that route up and redirect. Or, you revamp some things, and there's nothing wrong with it. You reinvent yourself. I know personally, I always give examples and speak from personal experiences. I had a thing where I never liked my middle name because it was country to me, or you get all these things that stay in the back of your head for whatever reason. And as I got older, especially more current, I said I have to embrace that part of my truth. That's my name. It was never changed. I always liked it personally, but I didn't know, you just don't know how it sounds, and you don't know how to embrace every part of you and things like that, and coming into your own womanhood and young lady, hood and all of those things. And it was a reinvention. That is a part of you. Accept all of your truths. And I embraced it, and it's beautiful. It falls off the tongue greatly. It also allows you to be that person or that time. I have some, and I always admire this about, I love women. I always admire this about my girlfriends. They were able to be these different people. Sometimes one would dress up, she was African, another time she would be speaking with a Jamaican tongue. Some days she was Valley. I remember going through that Valley time in my life. I think it was in junior high school. But I admired that about her because she was able to not care what anyone thought and just be whimsical. And that's a great thing to reinvent yourself. If things are not, you know, the direction you want them to do, and you keep trying things, switch up, trying things. You know, you do what's best for you, but you redirect, you reinvent yourself, and you would be amazed at the things that you come out of you. And this is male, female, young, old, whatever it is. I'm not saying be schizophrenic. I'm saying if it doesn't fit, if that's not exactly where you were headed, or that's not, you know, you tried it for a little while, then there's nothing wrong with charting your course and redirecting and changing some things. We're talking about taking care of mind, body, and soul, and that is a part of it. You can take care of mind, body, and soul, and you can be with someone uh, who doesn't necessarily meet all of that criteria. You need those things. You have to always focus on you. But what happens when that person is not on your page? You know, you need a half hour of quiet time, or you know have a book that you're interested in, and they keep blocking. He likes to watch basketball and football, and you are really in his space, or whatever those things are. The person's not taking care of you necessarily, mind, body, and soul. Not financially. Those things can cause a major mishap. But financially, it's gonna come. You know, I don't know how long it's gonna take for some, but it's gonna come. I'm talking about you're on a diet, guy or woman, or you're working out at the gym, and she doesn't get that your gym time is your time. You're working on your body. You know how you want to look or where you've always wanted to be, and she's in your space. And you like basketball because that's where you clear your head, and when you're on the court, and she's right there at the gate. Not cool. Young ladies, women sometimes too, not cool. Uh, you know, you're females, you're on a diet, and he caters to your meal. He takes interest in what you do. That's mind, body, and soul. And those are things that, you know, these are things that I couldn't necessarily always cover with the Grice Combos because it was the kids show and I was maintaining it. This Grice Corner is for everyone, and if I want to do this all the time and my children want to step in, that's more the mission, and then it changes it. This can be for everyone, and I don't have to worry about the young group watching or the older group watching. So this message can be for anyone. Your mind, body, and soul. It's nice to have that person in your life, you know, because of companionship and all of that. But if you're trying to do exercise and he or she is not supportive of you, or you want to paint the house and he's like, that's your business, you know, help me pick out the paint. Or whatever it is, you're trying to put a doorknob on and he can't go get you a screwdriver, or she can't, you know, help you go turn off the electricity so you won't get shocked. You might need to reevaluate some things because that's not conducive maybe to what all of your mind, body, and soul may need. Self-imposed sabbaticals. Sabbatical. 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 Take time for you, and I don't mean now the quiet time. I've always taken self-imposed sabbaticals. I know how to burn it, go enjoy myself, and then just disappear and fade. Has nothing to do with the people around you. Sometimes has nothing to do with you know, your issues. It has everything to do with your maintenance. You can party, but for so long. Some people can party longer, but you're gonna have to take a moment to stop and really look at yourself. And it's not what other people tell you. You'll know, or maybe you never had that conversation. Now look into it and think about it. Motherhood, again, for me, for the third time, was a self-imposed sabbatical because I know my priorities. I didn't always know priorities, but I knew it was time to fall back and focus completely into my children or the newest child. As a self-imposed sabbatical, you can't party all the time anymore, or you can't just indulge in what you want. And it's not just taking care of them, is you gotta really look at yourself to say, okay, this is what I gotta change again because I now have this going on in my life. So it's a reevaluation of finances. It's a lot. It's a lot. And with that, you're gonna get a lot of things. You're gonna be crazy. You're gonna be withdrawn, introvert. Uh, it can be a lot of different things that are going to come with that. It's going to be very hard sometimes, and not say it's necessarily going to happen, but it can happen. You got to be strong through it. You're going to have to be strong through it because what they say, misery loves company. The easiest way to feel something, to just be done with something, is to say somebody's a liar or crazy. Those two things go hand in hand. Don't ever, ever be fooled. That crazy and that, oh, they always was bugged out, they always did it. Just say you don't understand it. Say you didn't try to understand it, or say you didn't want to take the time. Be prepared. That's all I can say is be prepared. But you find you at any cost and however you got to do it. I'm not saying children. I'm not saying walk away from your marriage and all of that. Sometimes I've seen a woman do that though, and I got it later. I really got it later. Um, but a self-imposed sabbatical, I know I did it. It came up again. I heard it over the past 2 weeks, and I said I was going to touch on that subject. So look into it. Removing yourself from negativity. I always say remove negativity from your life, but I still, again, I look at myself and I look at the things around me. Sometimes you're going to have to remove yourself because the things that you don't want around you, or that you say, can you please not do this, people don't care about other people sometimes, not to say all the time. There are going to be times, especially gossip. Gossip is a form of negativity, and I never liked it. One, you learn from being judged. Hi, first time caller, long time listener. But also, I remember younger, Jet Magazine had a article on Sherman Hemsley. For those who don't know, that's George Jefferson, the moving on up man, who's passed. And they were saying that in the article, when they were speaking on his character, that he was such a stand-up person because he had been on the other end of being talked about because he was quietly, I guess, homosexual or gay or whatever, that he would remove himself when people started to gossip. So that you don't impose your views, maybe, or people are not going to stop talking about people, so you might have to leave the room. And from young, I always felt like that was the most strongest, like, wow, it takes a lot to be like, you know what, thanks, I'll be back, I'm going. That's great, I love it. And I thought about that again, and I said, this is a topic again in the past 2 weeks that kept playing back in my mind, and I said I have to speak to the Grice Corner people to say, you know what, that's something that maybe those are conversations we don't have. Remove yourself. And you're going to find that you're not going to have a lot of people around you. And it's not like you're being judgmental and things like that. Some things you just don't want to be around. And other people don't care. It's what they want at the time. And you're going to have to excuse yourself. That's a great way of doing it. I'm going to excuse myself from all of this. All of that goes to say, own you. Own you. This is not my self-awareness. This is not my 40. I always felt like when I talk to my children about all of this stuff, these are conversations that are not had. Our women are disgustingly catty. We're taught that very young. No one's, people can project being positive, but when you really get down to it, give them a half hour, 20 minutes, or 2 days. Trust me, they're going to be whatever. Own you. Get into whatever it is you need to have, because like I said, we didn't have these conversations, we're having them now. But whoever has this view, please share it. Put it on your wall. Stop being embarrassed about simple things. People could put up the nasty pictures on Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, this, that, whatever, or everybody's spreading their word about their religion, whatever it is, but you so worried about who doesn't like who, or who doesn't talk to who, or how people are going to view you when you put up certain things, that this is something that's nothing negative, nothing whatever. It doesn't hurt to just spread the word a little bit, because you don't know who needs what conversation. I have conversations with all types of people because I love people. I've always been like this. You know, young I was very introverted, and then I came out. But you don't know what somebody needs in their life. And I found that the people who are worried about what other people are saying to you, about you, or whatever, that they can't stand for you, might be somebody you need to remove. Just like on that Facebook, you click people out, them emotional ties will do you in. Click them off. We covered my name as far as doing your reinvention, and I keep all my names are my names. I'm just saying with the reinvention, every now and then, embrace that other person. See who that middle name. You may have never took to Lamar because you don't like it, or Toby, because of the stigmatism that goes with it, or Jamie Lynn. Jamie Lynn might be a soft, quiet person in you, and Zara might be the loud, wild person. So just see who those people are and embrace them and enjoy it. I always say you'll be surprised. Acknowledge the people in your life. My son, I brag on my children, but I always call a spade when they're wrong, because that's what I learned. It was done to me all the time. My son is I get frustrated sometimes because, and that's for any parent. It's the things that you think is going to go one way, and then, they got to find their own place, and they always shock you. My son has come into his manhood with very few bumps and bruises, and I'm very proud of him. And I had to tell him that because he did something that, kind of shocked me, because I always think he's selfish or he's not focused, or, they're growing and they're distancing from their family and things, and he really shocked me. And I thought about that, and I said, sometimes we don't acknowledge when people do right. We're quick to always talk about them or throw in front of them, but you did this, and that's why I don't. He does some great things sometimes, and even when he's upset, I know he's mad and doesn't want to do it, and that is something that has to be acknowledged. I'm always going to acknowledge the people who are good to me and the things that are in front of me that are positive. And with all of that, I hope you have a happy holidays. Please, again, go to YouTube and subscribe, The Grice Corner. Facebook, The Grice Corner. Twitter, The Grice Corner. And I'm Chan. We're missing Christian, Brianna, and the new mini-me, Corey. But we hope to see you in the new year. We hope it is very prosperous for you as well as ourselves.